Is your organization struggling with communication breakdowns, misunderstandings, disconnected teams and lack of transparency lead to frustration, low morale and disengagement? But here's the good news, it doesn't have to be this way. Today I'm sharing 7 essential steps to build an internal communication strategy that brings your teams together and drives real results. If you're ready to optimize and improve the way your teams connect, keep watching. We'll make your communication smoother and more effective than ever. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you recognize communication problems in your team, then you know just how important it is to get it right. My name is Erik van den Berg. I have 15 years experience in the field of communication and media consultancy. And I give you 7 proven steps to improve your internal communication. I've put a lot of effort in this video, 4 days of work to give you actionable steps that will really make a difference in your internal communication. So grab a snack, settle in and let's dive right in. And if you're short on time, no worry, feel free to bookmark this video and come back later. You won't want to miss these game-changing insights. Step number 1 is listening. And it's one of the most powerful tools you can use to improve communication. It might not sound exciting at first, but trust me, it's absolutely essential. You can't create a successful communication plan without understanding the needs and feelings of the people in your organization. And by truly listening to your colleagues and employees, you get a clearer picture of what's going on and what people really need. And this is the foundation for building a strategy that works. So, how do we listen? A classic method is through one-to-one interviews. Sit down with your co-workers, ask them what they think of the current communication and how it could be improved from their perspective. The main disadvantage is that interviews can be lengthy, especially if you are speaking with many people. Scheduling and conducting individual interviews takes a significant amount of time, both for the interviewer and the interviewees. Also, there's subjectivity. Interviewees may tailor the responses based on how they perceive the interviewer or what they think is expected. Some employees may feel uncomfortable providing honest feedback in a one-on-one setting, especially if they fear repercussions. Anonymity is often necessary to get truly candid responses. Another method is conducting an employee satisfaction survey, which gives you deeper insights into their views on communication. But many employees may not take the time to fill out the survey, leading to a low response rate. This can result in unrepresentative data that doesn't reflect the views of the broader workforce. That's not what you want. What you could try is to make the survey anonymous and increase honesty. You can also offer incentives like rewards or make the survey brief and easy to complete. And there are more disadvantages, like misinterpretation, survey fatigue, oh no, not another survey, and limited depth. Therefore, actually my personal favorite are listening sessions. These are group discussions where you listen to employees talk about their communication experiences and preferences. These sessions often reveal the most valuable insights, and the optimal length is around 45 minutes up to maximum 1 hour. Listening sessions allow for detailed conversation where employees can share their personal experiences, preferences and concerns about internal communication. This gives you real-time feedback in a dynamic interaction. It also brings deeper insight than surveys or interviews might offer, as employees can elaborate on their thoughts and provide examples. These sessions allow you, helping you understand different department needs and perspectives. This can help build a more inclusive and effective communication plan that works for everyone. On the other hand, in group discussions there's a risk of groupthink, where individuals may conform to the majority opinion, avoiding expressing different or unique perspectives. This could result in less diverse feedback. To mitigate this, encourage a culture of openness by emphasizing that all opinions are valued, and actively prompt quieter participants to share their thoughts. You can also divide larger groups into smaller, more intimate discussions to ensure everyone feels comfortable speaking up. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share a moment when groupthink held your team back or when a great listening session sparked real change. Let's learn from each other, and together, let's keep pushing for more honest, open communication in your team. Your insights could be just what someone else needs to hear. Once you've listened to your colleagues, it's time for step 2, analyzing the situation. I have been in several organizations where people jump right into creating new tools after they have had their listening sessions. Don't do that. You need to know exactly where your organization stands. What communication channels are already in place and how effective are they? Look at things like the use of SharePoint, Slack, Jammer, Google Workspace or even internal newsletter. What's working? What's not working? How engaged are your colleagues? You can also use tools like engagement pyramid to measure employee engagement and figure out where improvements are needed. I won't dive too deep into the engagement pyramid here, but make sure to subscribe because I'll be covering it in an upcoming video. Also, don't forget to develop personas for different employee types. Understanding what information each group needs and how they prefer to receive is really key. And for really detailed analysis, try a network analysis to identify key influencers in your organization. Those who connect different teams and spread information. Step 3 is about developing a vision for your internal communication. It shouldn't exist in isolation. It needs to align with your organization's overall mission and vision. What kind of organization do you want to be? And how should communication reflect that? Internal communication is the lifeblood of any organization. It's how information flows, how employees collaborate, and how the organization's values and your internal culture are reinforced. Without a clear and consistent vision, communication can become fragmented, inconsistent, and ineffective, potentially leading to misunderstandings, disengagements, and missed opportunities. If you want a culture of transparency, your internal communication should prioritize open lines of communication between leadership and staff, with regular updates, feedback mechanisms, and clear messaging from the top down. Also know your why. Understand the reason behind what you do. This concept comes from Simon Sinek's book. For me, my why is rooted in what I call the floor question. Floor is the name of my daughter, and before asking any action I ask myself, will this make the world a better place for her? If the answer is no, then it's not enough. That's why my communication goes beyond simply sharing information. It's about inspiring you to contribute to leaving a better world for all the children who will inherit this planet. If your organization doesn't know its why, don't worry. Try your why. You won't find it until you start asking the right questions, and begin today. Step 4 focuses on developing your communication mix. This shouldn't be a task you handle alone from behind the desk. Get your team involved. It's not about top-down decision making. Organize workshops or boot camps where colleagues can share their experiences and ideas. This way you're building something collaborative that everyone will actively use. When creating your communication mix, it's important to find a balance between listening, informing, and fostering dialogue. Consider the various communication channels available. Face-to-face meetings, emails, intranet, social media, and determine which combination works best for your organization. It's not just about the tools you choose, but also how you engage employees at all levels. If you're ready to take your internal communication strategy to the next level and would like help designing a tailored communication mix that fits your team, feel free to reach out. I'd love to discuss how we can work together to create a solution that drives real change. Contact me for consultation. Then we have step 5, to develop your core message and set a big, hairy, audacious goal. A BHAG for sure. Your core message needs to be simple, clear and inspiring. It's not like we want 80% engagement. Think back of Kennedy's famous goal.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Your BHAG should push the boundaries, something that gives everyone a sense of direction and purpose. The language may have evolved, but the principle of setting bold, clear and challenging goals remains an important element of organizational strategy. Do you have a big, hairy, audacious goal? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your ambition and what you're working towards.
We choose to go to the moon.
Step 6 is all about implementation. With your plan in place, it's time to put it into action. This is where everything comes together. You need to introduce new tools, establish new processes, and ensure everyone understands their responsibilities. At this stage, managers, HR, communication departments, staff all have important roles to play. Training may be required and employees may need some time to adapt to new ways of working or new platforms. The most important aspect here is clear communication. Everyone must understand what's changing and what these changes are happening. Finally, step 7 is all about monitoring. Regularly measure how well your internal communication plan is working. Are employees engaging with the new tools? Are they satisfied with the changes? You can use surveys or data dashboards to track engagement levels, review popular content and see what topics are being discussed. Or do another listening session. And if something isn't working, don't be afraid to tweak your approach. Internal communication is an ongoing process that requires constant attention and refinement. As your organization evolves, so do its communication needs and challenges. And by regularly monitoring how communication is flowing, gathering feedback and assessing the effectiveness of your strategies, you can identify areas for improvement. Adjusting your approach ensures that the communication remains relevant, efficient and aligned with organization's goals. The more you invest in this iterative process, the more you enhance collaboration, engagement and clarity across teams, ultimately leading to stronger organizational performance. To sum it all up, internal communication is not just about sending messages from top to bottom. It's about creating a connected, informed and motivated team that works together toward a shared goal. By understanding your why, developing a clear communication strategy and continuously improving, you can transform your organization from the inside out. Remember, communication is the one-time task. It's an ongoing journey. So take action today. Listen, engage and adjust as needed. Whether you're a small team or a large organization, the impact of great internal communication can be felt at every level, driving both individual happiness and collective growth. Now I want to hear from you. What's the biggest communication challenge you face in your organization? And how are you planning to overcome it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. Or contact me if you want specific advice in your situation. We're ready to help. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, let's work together to create a communication culture that truly drives change. If you're ready to take your communication strategy to the next level, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's connect and build something impactful together. See you in the next video.